Hello guys, welcome to this week's Lush kitchen menu. I apologise there wasn't one last week. Life took over. There was so much to do, I really couldn't fit it in. But I'm back and there is going to be one this week because you're watching it right now. Now you may be wondering why I'm wearing these shades. It is only to emphasise a point. This is what happens when you're as pale as me and you go out into the sun for a couple of hours. As you can see, well, you probably can't see because my concealer should be concealing some of it, but I burned all the way down here, all the way across here, and where my shades were, that was just pale whiteness. So it's not very attractive having these lovely little pink bridges here, and I've caught some down here as well, but you know, just thought I'd emphasise the point. If you're pale and you don't tan, don't go out in the sun with shades on and keep them on for 4 hours, because this is what happens. So I am back. This is the Lush kitchen menu for this week. I was quite good last week actually. I can't even remember what I bought. I bought something, I know I did. It's in my nature to buy things every week, but let's get on to this week's Lush kitchen menu. The first item coming up on Monday is something called Ice Blue Shampoo. So Ice Blue Shampoo shares its scent with free shower gel and obviously the Ice Blue soap. It is a minty smell, peppermint and spearmint mixed together to create a very fresh and refreshing minty smelling shampoo. It is quite a thin shampoo and it doesn't need an awful lot to get it to lather up in your hair. I highly suggest that you pour it into your hands and then lather it with your hands, because I think if you just pour it over your head, you're more likely to lose an awful lot of the product. What I was surprised by is the fact that although there's lots of peppermint and spearmint, it is not a bitter, strong, overpowering mint smell. I think the added sea salt sort of caps that bitterness that you could get. And what I was also surprised by is once I used my conditioner, and I've used lots of conditioners with this, and I found that all of them didn't get overpowered by the mint smell. So the mint smell doesn't tend to linger in your hair that long. What is great about this shampoo is because it's packed full of lots of mint, it stimulates the scalp and stimulates the hair follicles. It's a great shampoo really to use in the summer because it's lovely and refreshing and light and crisp, and it will leave your hair looking really, really lovely. So I'm not going to buy a bottle, I don't think. I've got to have willpower, so I'm not going to buy a bottle. It's not the perfect shampoo, but it is a really, really good shampoo. It's definitely one you have to try. And obviously if you like mint smelling things, if you love your free shower gel and you want something to pair it with, this is a great product to do just that. The other product coming out on Monday is also a shampoo, and it's called Wash Day Greens. Now I managed to buy a bottle back when the Lush forum was still around, and I wasn't expecting to love this product very much at all. The description sounded like something I would try once or twice and pass on, and I was very surprised to find that I fell in love with the scent instantly. Looking at the properties of both the shampoos on Monday, they seem to be following a theme in terms of ingredients and in terms of what they're supposed to do. Wash Day Greens is another shampoo that is supposed to help stimulate the follicles and create hair growth, or speed up hair growth should I say, and add volume to your hair. This one is more directed at those with slightly greasier hair or oilier hair, and so I was expecting it to not work in my hair at all because I have actually the very opposite. I have quite dry hair most of the time. However, what I did find was that it actually worked really well in my hair, so I think it's more of a universal one that can be suited for most hair types. I found that it left my hair feeling really, really soft, very manageable, and the frizziness of my hair was sort of kept in check a bit more when I used this shampoo, which was really, really lovely to see. What I love about this shampoo straight away is its colour. It's a beautiful deep forestry green colour, which just sold it to me straight away. Second thing I loved about it was the fact that it is such a generous shampoo, just like Ice Blue Shampoo, and all you need is a tiny little amount, pop it in your hair and it will just foam up. You get this really, really thick, lathery, fragrant foam, which is wonderful. In terms of smell, this often puts people off. It has spearmint, it has peppermint oil just like Ice Blue, but it also has fresh mint leaves, and that just takes away again the sharpness of the mint and leaves you a really nice, sort of naturally sweet, minty smell, and it really does remind me of the mint jelly you pop on your beef. I will be buying a bottle. I highly recommend that you do. It's very unique, it's very lovely. The smell is beautiful, and again, just like Ice Blue, it doesn't linger around for ages. On to Tuesday in the Lush kitchen, and the first product, which is going to be so popular it will sell out very quickly I think, that is the Comforter body lotion. Now I have good memories of this body lotion because I remember back in the day when I first started getting into Lush and I first realised that I wanted to collect and try everything. The Lush US had something called a chat party, and these used to occur once a year where there'd be a chat party. You could log on at a certain time into this forum, interact with people, and you got to talk to them, and while you were talking to them they would release some limited edition products that you could then buy. And a few years ago, back when I was first getting into Lush, the US were offering a range of absolutely beautiful products. There was Calmer shower gel, the Comforter shower gel, Comforter body lotion, and I can never say this soap name, sedentary, oh my goodness, the Rose Jam soap, I can't say that word. It's so stupid, I can't say that word. But that soap, the Rose Jam soap, there was an absolutely wonderful person who offered to send me a bottle of each of the 4 products or the 3 products on the slab of soap. And when they arrived, I think I've never been as excited about receiving a box of products. I mean, I've been incredibly excited about receiving some of the products from the Lush kitchen, but I honestly think that original excitement when I received that box of goodies, it was a wonderful moment. And the body lotion really stood out for me as being one of my favourite body lotions because there's something about that smell that is suited to that format. I love the shower gel, I love the shower cream, I love the bubble bar, but the body lotion is easily, I think, my favourite comforter scented product alongside last week's Sweetie Pie shower jelly. The Comforter body lotion is quite a thick body lotion and there's a very slight tint of pink. It's quite thick, but it does absorb into the skin. However, I would highly recommend that if you're going to put some body lotion on your skin, that you give yourself enough time afterwards just to relax and let the body lotion do its thing, because it does take quite a while to go into your skin. It's just so creamy and beautiful, and the scent lingers on your skin for ages, and it's such a lovely scent, just a nice warming fruity blackcurrant smell. And when it goes on your skin, you can feel it, it's so moisturizing, it's so nourishing, and the smell stays with you for hours. I think I've just sold it to myself. I wasn't going to buy any. I'm not going to buy any because, can you see up there? I have so many body lotions now. I cut myself down to 2. I now have about 9 or 10. I don't need any more body lotions. The second product coming up on Tuesday is something called Lemon Melt Shower Gel. This is a product, if you've not tried before and you're not opposed to lemon smelling products, you should definitely give it a go. There is something really magical about this because it is one of the oldest products that Lush Kitchen had ever brought out. I have a pot here for you to give you an example. It's the only shower gel that comes in this tub, in this format. On the top here, Lush always present this shower gel with a slice of fresh lemon, and that helps to keep the smell crisp and fresh. What is also great about this shower gel is, as well as the lemon on top, you'll notice lots of shaving, and those shavings are shavings of fresh cocoa butter. I can't really show you this shower gel. I'll try and show you later, perhaps in a picture. It's quite a gloopy shower gel. I'm going to regret this now, I know it. If I just sort of show you the consistency. So it's quite a thick shower gel, as you can see, quite a gloopy shower gel, quite a sticky shower gel. You have to be careful with this product because it's in the pot. Sometimes I forget and just put my hand in and pull out this massive amount. So actually I find that those tubs can go down rather quickly. To me, it smells of freshly squeezed lemons and not that much else. Now, if you look at the ingredients list, you have things like moss extract, you have bergamot, you have lemongrass oil, and I can sort of get the lemongrass in there slightly. There is that slight grassy element. Perhaps that's what I can smell. Some people say it reminds them of toilet cleaner, and I can actually empathise with that reasoning. It sort of does remind me of toilet cleaner, but I really love it because to me it's very fresh and very natural. It doesn't share its scent with anything else, so I can't really compare it at all. What is good about this shower gel is that it's very, very moisturising on the skin. I won't be buying a pot because this one's going to last me an awful long time, but I highly recommend that you get it. On to Wednesday. The first product coming out on Wednesday is something called Heavanilli Massage Bar. Lush Kitchen have picked a terrible week for me because some products I just can't pronounce, and I'm going to be honest and hold my hands up and say this is one that I always have to double check. Heavanilli is quite a small massage bar, so for the price it does seem quite expensive. The reason why they're so lovely is that it shares its scent with the Vanilla Delight range. So if you like the Vanilla perfume, the Vanilla Delight body lotion, the Vanilla Puff dusting powder, if you like a strong tonka led vanilla smell, you will love this. Despite its size, it is really generous, and this one almost melts immediately upon impact, so you should not be holding it in your hand for too long at all. It releases an awful lot of oils very quickly. One problem I have with it is the shape of it. It's a heart shape and it has a sort of sachet going across that says Lush, which is really cute and gorgeous, but the actual size and the shape of it means that it is a little bit more fiddly, especially when it gets smaller, and then it's harder for you to massage around without it actually breaking or slipping out of your hands, etc. A little bit like the Comforter body lotion. Once you've massaged yourself with these oils, they do take quite a while to be absorbed into the skin. So again, it's a massage bar you'll have to really think about using when you have that time to sit around and let it absorb into the skin. On the positive side, it does leave a really lovely smell, which I don't think is necessarily as sickly sweet as the Heavanilli perfume, but it is very sweet and vanilla-y and very comforting. I was super impressed with how moisturized and nourished my skin felt after using this, and despite its size, I did manage to get a number of full body massages out of it. Also coming up on Wednesday is the Phoenix Bubble Bar. So the Phoenix Bubble Bar has only been out in the kitchen once, and it came out a few months ago when Emma Blackery created her own kitchen menu. It was always described in the Lush Times and by people as being like cinnamon toast. So I really envisaged this beautiful, sweet cinnamon smell, and it wasn't at all. This is Phoenix Bubble Bar. Before anyone says anything to me, because I'm sure the question will come up, no, it doesn't share its scent with Phoenix Rising, unfortunately. That would be amazing. I think this is quite a strange product to bring out at this time of the year, because for me this is a winter Christmassy product. This is a product when you are cold and you're wet and you're feeling miserable because it's so dark outside, and this is a product that will just perk you up, wake you up, warm that body, get those toes having some sort of feelings again. This is not the product that I would expect to share a bath with in the summer months. I might be tempted to use this just to show you guys what it's like on my Instagram over the next week before it comes out. So this does have lots of cinnamon. It has cinnamon leaf oil and lots of cinnamon powder. And now that this bubble bar has sort of had time to settle in my house, I can definitely smell more of the cinnamon coming through. However, I still maintain that this is more dominated and more led by the clove leaf oil that also features in here. I think now that I've had this in my house, I prefer it slightly more, because when this first arrived, it just stunk of clove. It was a very dry smell. There is also sandalwood oil here, and it sort of gives that slight underlying thicker base, I suppose you'd say, a warming base. What I didn't like about this bubble bar is it's incredibly boring in the bath. There's no colour whatsoever, and the smell does stay in the bath for a while, but it's not overly strong. So by itself, I think it's quite disappointing in the water. This is not a product I will buy again. On to Thursday, and the first product coming out Thursday is one I'm excited by. It's the Happy Blooming Bath Melt. Now, the reason why I'm excited about this product, first and foremost, is that it shares its scent with the Happy Blooming Shower Jelly, and I love that thick cherry smell, and it is a very overpowering cherry smell. Another reason I'm excited by it is that I have designed 5 cocktails based around British desserts, and some of you guys might have realised that I haven't actually published my next one for quite a while, and that is because one of the ingredients in this cocktail is the Happy Blooming Bath Melt, which I don't have. So now that I can buy a couple, I can continue that series and show you some yummy desserts. So the bath melt is a half moon, and there's 3 little segments that have been etched into the bath melt, and each of them feature a picture of a cherry. What I love about this bath melt is that it's quite a big one, and those sections, or segments should I say, can be broken off, so it can be used across 3, perhaps more if you're feeling generous, baths, or if you're really generous you can throw the whole thing in, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you do. What is perhaps not great about this bath melt is I find it's quite, I wanted to say sticky, but that's not really the word I'm thinking of. It's not the easiest of bath melts to melt down. This one is one that does take quite a while, and then the oils it does produce take a little bit longer to really sort of dissolve themselves into the water. However, there's a lovely smell to it, and it does moisturize your skin like it should do. I wouldn't say it's the most moisturizing bath melt that I've had. I would say that by itself it's not necessarily amazing, but it's a bath melt for those who don't necessarily appreciate the greasier bath melts. This one will dissolve into the bath, and you just sort of give it a swirl and it disappears into the water. And because it's such a strong smell, it really does leave an impression on you in the bath, and you can smell it afterwards. I would imagine it will be gone by the end of the first hour. So if you're interested in getting any, I'd highly suggest you get up early, log yourself in and get yourself on that website by 10 to 8 in case it comes that early. Also coming up on Thursday is something called the Bon Bomb Bath Bomb. Again, this is a product I'm really excited about. Thursday for me is the strongest day because I want both of the products. I have one really old one of these left, and this one was made by Peter, thank you Peter, on the 19th of January last year. This one is highly rated for me. It's one of those that left a big impression despite its size. So as you can see, it's a small bath bomb. It is modelled on the Bon Bon sweets that you can buy in old-fashioned shops. This is one of those bath bombs that is packed full of oils, and I was so impressed by the fact that on the surface of the water you do get a thin layer of oils. You can see them glistening in the light. So for such a small bath bomb, it really does pack a punch on your skin. This one has lots of lime oil in it and orange oil, and it's a lovely fruity, zesty, lemony, citrusy smell. What makes this one so impressive, and the reason why it works so well in the water, is this one has shea butter, mango butter and avocado oil. I mean, seriously, what bath bomb has that many oils and butters in it and is this size? There are not many that can actually compete. This one is so summery, so fruity, so fresh, and although the colour that you get in this, as you can imagine for its size, is yellow but is not particularly strong, what it does do is just give you that lovely smell that stays with you. The impact it has on your skin for something this size, this just makes it such great value for money, honestly. I will be buying a handful of these. I honestly didn't think something so small and something that's not very colourful in the water would be impressive to me, but it is. You will love this product. And on to Friday, and we start off with something that's a bit strange, a little bit like Phoenix Bubble Bar. It's a bit of an odd choice for this time of the year, but it is Smitten Hand Cream. It shares its scent with the snow cake range, so if you cannot wait to get your hands on some snow cake soap, if you haven't been able to try the snow on snow dusting powder, the snow cake perfume, the snow cake shower gel, Marzipan that came out a couple of weeks ago in the kitchen, you will want to get yourself some Smitten Hand Cream. In terms of what it does on your skin, a lot of people rave about it and say it's really moisturising. It's quite a thick cream from what I've been told, and you don't need that much on your hands. Those who've not tried this product or tried any products in this scent, I always describe it, first and foremost, it's like almond marzipan, but it also has something called benzene resinoid in there, and that sort of gives it. It's quite difficult to explain. Okay, so I've just grabbed myself some of the famous snow cake shower gel that has the exact same scent as Smitten. Sort of a fruity element to the almond smell. For me, this scent is more of a Christmassy winter smell, but I know that this scent is a highly popular scent family, and Smitten Hand Cream will be diving off the shelf at a very fast rate. And the final product coming out on Friday is something called Heavanilli Massage Bar. This is a fairly new product in that it's a fairly new product to come out of the Lush kitchen. I have a couple of these because I really love them, and they are massive. I'm just going to pop it back in the packet because it's a fast melter. So Heavanilli Massage Bar is massive. It's one of the biggest massage bars I've seen from Lush. It's quite an odd shape. It's sort of spherical, and it's got this bump here. Obviously, the top of it is supposed to mimic that of a crescent moon, and it is just such a lovely product for those who need extra help with sleeping. So the key ingredient in this is something called horsetail extract, which I don't actually know that much about, but the other ingredients are ylang-ylang, and obviously, and I say obviously because I have it here in front of me and I can smell it, it has lavender oil, and it is the lavender oil that stands out the most. Although it doesn't supposedly share its scent with anything, it does remind me of Golden Slumbers. It reminds me of that. It's a natural, gentle lavender smell. So I've used this particular bar about 12 times to do full body massages, and look how much I have left. It is such great value for money. It's not one that you can massage over and half an hour later pop on your clothes. This massage bar, I sort of have to prepare myself for it, because I have sat there at times 4 to 5 hours and I can still feel that grease. I would say if you're going to use this to massage your partner with, you have to perhaps think about the fact that afterwards you'll have to towel yourself down. It's really moisturising, it's really nourishing. I love it, I think it's great. The smell is strong enough that it makes an impression on your skin, but it's not an overpowering lavender smell. And that, my friends, is the end of my Lush Kitchen menu. Top 3 products for this week. First of all, definitely the Bon Bon Bath Bomb. I'm actually going to say Sleepyhead. Definitely 100% the Comforter Body Lotion. I hope my scary sunburnt face hasn't scared you off watching my videos in the future. And please keep your eyes peeled, or subscribe if you've not done so already, because over the summer, I have got a good 15 to 20 videos planned for you guys that are not Lush Kitchen related, and do not blame me if I spend your money. It's your willpower. Until next week, take care and goodbye.